So what does this fugly couch have to do with making this year better than the last one? You know the drill, stick around, because I'm finna hook you up and tell you. Hey friends, hey, it's Denise Renee, and Happy New Year! I know it's been a while since I've uploaded a long form video on this channel, but make sure you go back and check out some shorts, okay? I've been dropping little breadcrumbs here and there. So in this video, I'm gonna be talking about what I'm doing to make this year different from last year, and as usual, I hope it's something that you find helpful. But before I jump into that, let's get into some life updates, shall we? First of all, your girl just had a milestone birthday last week on the 25th. Yes, that 25th. And honey, she is fine tea. She ain't 50, she's fine tea, okay? No, y'all, I just hit the big 5-0. I don't feel particularly any different than I did from before, but hitting this milestone has definitely had me be extra reflective during this birthday season, and that's what I'm going to be sharing in just a little bit. So at the end of the summer, I came in hot, being really consistent, giving 2 videos a week, and then it just came to a screeching halt. So I do want to apologize for that, but things got just really busy. So a little bit earlier, I put up this video and shared with you guys how challenging it had been for me to find a job in 2023. And I know I'm not the only one. So you can feel free to check out that video after you finish this one. But I did manage to land a job. It's in a completely different industry than I've ever been in before. I'm on the ground floor, so the pay is not that great. But for me, for right now, I'll take it. Number 1, I'm working from home. Number 2, I'm getting health benefits. And number 3, while it does not pay that well right now, there are opportunities for me to increase my pay after a couple of months and doing a little bit of additional training. So, you know, I got my eyes set on the prize, child, because what I'm having to do is after a full 8 hours of working, I still have to turn around and do a little bit more rideshare driving to make sure I'm covering all the expenses. I mean, your girl is single. So unless, you know, somebody want to come through and, you know, because she... I promise you, the second I turned on this camera was when a big old noisy car decided to come through next door, revving their engine, playing their music, and I'm sure you can hear it, because I can hear it, and they just won't leave. You hear that? Bye, Ashy. Ugh, this is the quietest neighborhood ever until I hit record. I'm investing in a microphone. Anyway, interruptions aside. What was I saying? Oh gosh, that totally threw me off. Yes, so I'm still having to do rideshare. Oh yeah, I was making an invitation to all the sugar daddies out there. No, that's not me, okay? I like to know that I've made my own money and I paid my own bills. Yeah, that's not me. Anyhow, so, you know, I've pretty much accepted that that's just what I have to do right now because I'm still in the process of building a new brand and rebuilding my business because I had stopped marketing it like 2 years ago or so. Now at my big age, I think that I've learned a couple of things. And one of those things are anything that's worth building takes time. So I'm just being patient. I'm grateful that at least I don't have to try to do rideshare all day long because that was literally killing me. So I'm grateful for that. I'm very much refocused on my business, on my brand, and it's also helped me to put into perspective things that are really important to me. And here's where that fugly brown couch comes in. Now, if you were alive in the 70s, you probably either had this couch or knew somebody who had this couch. So growing up, I had this couch in my house. I couldn't stand it then, and God knows I can't stand it now. Randomly, when I was thinking about doing this video, I was like, you know what? Let me type in Google and see if there's a picture of this couch, because I don't have any pictures from my childhood to insert here. Child, I typed in 70s brown plaid couch, and this thing popped up. I was like, oh my God, that's it. Everybody had this couch, apparently. It was like the popular thing. I don't know why. Now, in my household, not only did we have this fugliness as the centerpiece of our huge, massive living room, but we had the nerve to have plastic covers on it. Seriously? Plastic covers? Like, what we saving this for? But basically, we saved it for when we had a lot of company over. So usually like around the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, our house was always packed. So that's when the plastic covers came off. But honey, baby lamb, in the summers, your legs was sticking to that plastic. You hear me? And one of the earliest lessons that I learned in my childhood was that you want to take care of the things you have, but, we're going to kind of like save it for like special occasions. I had my school clothes, and then I had my play clothes, and then I had my church clothes, which was only worn for church and special occasions. Getting even a little bit further older, an earlier version of my mom, who just had her own milestone birthday 2 days before mine, but in her earlier years, she too had this mindset of, we have this china and it's saved for these special occasions. We have this and it's that, and you just save it for a special time. And I always wondered as a kid and as a young adult, when is that special time gonna come? Like, how often do we use the china? How often do we take the plastic off the couch? When do we get to enjoy what we have? My mom, in the place that she lives now, she had purchased these 2 antique couches. And baby, let me tell you something. Who don't sit on them couches is me. Okay? Because you can't eat on that couch. You cannot put your foot up on that couch. I'm not even sure if I can breathe on that couch. Okay? I just don't hang out in the great room. Okay? When I'm home at my mom's place, I'm upstairs in the day room where actually this very couch, she has this exact same couch. She actually helped me get these for my new place last year. She has the exact same couch. They're so comfy. I put my feet up. I bring my tray with my snacks. It's in front of the TV. I'll be having me a good old funky time, honey. I like to be comfortable. If I'm going to have something, I want to sit down on it. I want to live in it. I want to enjoy it. Okay? I don't really care for like the showpiece house. I don't like showpiece things. I don't like things that are just like we're waiting for something to happen. And yet and still, I wound up living my life that way. I had to admit to myself that I had this mentality of putting things off and saving things for later, waiting for the perfect time to take the vacations that I want to have, to experience some of the things that I want to experience, to do some of the things that I want to do. And at 5 years young, I have definitely learned there is no perfect time for anything. Now is the time. Today is the day that I have. Am I making plans for the next 50 years of my life? Yes. Will I live for another 50 years? I don't even know if I'm going to live for another 15 minutes, because later on tonight, spoiler alert, I'm recording this on New Year's Eve. I'm about to get in my car and go get some of that New Year's Eve money, okay? Pay these bills, because rent is due tomorrow, all right? So I don't know what's going to happen. I pray and I hope and I plan for the future, but that future, I might not be alive to see it. So why am I constantly putting things off? Why am I telling myself, oh, I'll be happy when I lose 100 pounds. I'll be happy when my business is making XYZ amount of money. I'll start taking trips when I have an extra $10,000 in the bank just sitting there so I can look at it. I'll go ahead and make this type of content when I have XYZ amount of followers. No, I won't. Because I've seen myself do it over and over. I'm waiting to achieve this particular milestone and I don't reach it, or I reach it and I'm on to the next milestone and I haven't done the thing that I was putting off. And that stops now with me. That is how I'm making 2024 very different than 2023. I'm stopping this whole thing of deferring or delaying my happiness, deferring or delaying pursuing goals, deferring or delaying my life. I mean, ladies, how many of us were like, I'll be happy when I get married. I'll be happy when I have children. You get in that marriage, you have those children, and you realize, oh, this is not the key to my happiness. This is like a whole other situation that I wasn't really 100% prepared for. So, nothing external can make me happy. I'm responsible for my own happiness. Do I have all of the things in life that I want to have right now at this moment? No. Am I where I imagined I would be when I turned 20 years young? No. But I take responsibility for where I am, and I take responsibility for my happiness. And my biggest determination this year is to start doing the things that I really want to do right where I am. It doesn't matter how many followers I have. It doesn't matter my relationship status. It doesn't matter how much money I have in the bank. It doesn't matter how many hours I have to work in a day, 16. That's okay. There's still... Yes, I did. There's still 8 more hours in the day for me to enjoy myself. Okay, maybe only 2 because I'm going to use 6 of them to sleep. But in those 2 hours, what am I going to do? I'm going to live it up. I'm happy to say that my mom just shared with me last weekend when I saw her for her birthday that she has come to a similar realization and has been taking her own steps to live more in the moment and enjoy things right now. She bought herself a birthday gift, honey. Now, I ain't going to tell her business, but she bought herself a birthday gift and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. And I said, you go, girl. I was so 100% happy for her that she did that for herself. And it just was a great example to me to implement what I'm finna implement. So I'll just share a few of those things that are on my list because what's gonna happen is some of that content is gonna start showing up on this channel. So one of the things I've always wanted to do is to travel more. And of course, you need money to travel. What I love about right now is that there's so many different content creators, especially Black women, who show you how to travel on the budget. So I'm following and taking notes and making my little plans. But I'm like, you know what? I don't necessarily want to wait till I have, $1,000 saved up. What can I do right now? Well, I'll tell you what, I've never truly been a tourist in my own city. I've lived in the metropolitan Atlanta area for the last 15 years, and I haven't ever gone to Skyview. That's the big Ferris wheel that's downtown. I've never taken a tour of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, particularly because I don't really like crowds, so you're not gonna catch me at a concert there, and I don't like football or soccer that much to buy a ticket, but they do have tours that you can take. I can do that. There are areas in Georgia that are absolutely beautiful and gorgeous to visit that are less than 2 hours away. I could probably plan a day trip somewhere and get away with staying in a hotel just one night, my gas and food, and maybe the admission to something. That could probably run me about $300. I could squirrel that money away and do that maybe once a quarter. Now, your girl loves to eat. And people are always sharing different restaurants with me. And as a rideshare driver, I get to go all around the metro Atlanta area. So I see spots and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. That looks like, I would love to try that place out. I could do that once a week. Also, I've always wanted to be a travel blogger and get paid to go to different countries, different destinations, and get paid and work with different tourism boards and create content and pieces to help them market their resorts, their country, all the great things that they have to offer. And I'm like, you know what? I can start right where I am right now. I don't have to wait until I have all the money in the world to start traveling. I could travel all around Georgia on a budget and share my experiences. I can travel around the United States on a budget and share my experiences. I can even do international travel when I get up to that point and share my experiences. And as I share that, I'll be growing an audience and I'll be able to do so much with that brand. So when you start seeing more content from me, eating here, there, and everywhere, taking a little trip every now and then, I'm working on that travel content. Something else that I'm interested in is all of the things that are affecting Gen Xers, 50 and up. I tell you, earlier in our lives, when we were in our late teens and 20s, they were dogging Gen X out in the media. They called us everything but a child of God, honey. We were the lost generation. We were left alone to parent ourselves. We were latchkey kids. And they just thought we were just gonna turn out horribly. And to be very frank and honest, they just like skipped over us in the media, jumped straight to the millennials, and it's been all about the boomers, my mom's generation, and the millennials. Those people who are about 10 to 15 years or so younger than me. And it's like Gen X is like lost in the mix. But right now, I think with the popularity of the 50th anniversary of hip hop, I mean, hey, 73, hey, the Bronx, baby, listen, okay? I think it's like kind of gotten cool to be 50. And I'm like, listen, I'm gonna ride this wave, let me tell you. And one of the things that people don't understand with Gen Xers is that we grew up with technology. We grew up as technology grew up. So we know everything. Yeah, we know the old rotary phones. We know the digital phones with the cord that extended all the way out from the kitchen to the living room. We had pagers and beepers. We had the first cell phones, the StarTAC, the Motorola, the Motorola's, the Razor. We had PDAs from Palm, and then they turned that into the Palm Trio, and it became a phone. And then we had the Crackberry, and then we had the iPhone. We have had it all, baby. We've had computers in our homes or in school. We had access to all of that stuff. So we are not that generation that does not know how to shift, change, and adapt. And I'm pretty passionate about that topic. So you're going to start hearing me talk about anything related to Gen Xers or giving commentary from a Gen X point of view just because I want to. Of course, I'm still going to talk about my progress as I'm growing my brand. If you don't know, I'm a writer, editor, and a content marketing strategist. And I help people to write books and create content that makes an impact, that helps them grow their brand, whether it's a business brand or a personal brand. So I'm kind of like working on growing my business brand and personal brand all at the same time. You're gonna see books come out for me. You're gonna see music come out for me. Yes, y'all, I'm a musician. I'm a singer and a musician. And my keyboards have been in storage for years, but finally, when I made this last move last year, I finally brought them out of storage. I kind of have to rebuild my studio from the ground up. I need a new computer, but at least I have access to my keyboards. And over the next couple of months, I'm gonna start putting my studio back together so I can get back to creating more music. So get ready, because the most important question that I'm asking myself literally on a daily basis is, what can you do with what you have right now? What can you do with where you are right now? How can you experience the life that you want to experience? It may not be on a huge grand scale right now, but how can you experience it right now on a small scale? Let's do it. Let's stop making excuses and let's do the damn thing. And I invite you along for the journey, okay? Because you're gonna start seeing it reflected in my content. So that's what I'm doing to make 2024 and beyond very different than last year and the first 50 years of my life. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I really would love to hear your feedback. It's looking like this video is gonna be a little bit longer, but hey, we haven't chatted in like 2 or 3 months, and I'm sorry. Oh, and so look out for more short content from me too. So my plan right now, because I'm really focused on building my business content, my plan is to have at least one long form content piece on this channel every week. But if I don't crucify me. But also I'll be uploading more shorts content, especially something like when I'm going around, I'm like doing my little food thing, doing my little travel on the budget thing, or giving commentary from a Gen X perspective. I'm probably gonna be doing a lot of those through my shorts. So check out my shorts. I'm gonna start posting, so check out my community tab. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing lives. Maybe I will. I don't know, because then that would give me an opportunity to not have to edit. Now that's an idea. I don't know. I got to play around with that. You guys got to let me know what you think. So that's what I got for you on today. Happy New Year. I want to really see us all thrive and enjoy our lives, because the next moment is not promised. So what can we do right now? What are you going to do? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next video.